Hey folks, AJ the CEO here, and I want to do a quick video to show you how to set up YouTube podcasts for your ministry. It's very easy, very straightforward, and it helps your ministry get started with the podcast thing. We did this a long time ago with Wooshka, but guess what? Technology and websites and availability has changed. So we want to just get you started on how to get this done. And we'll do a follow-up video on how to get the other platforms. But this one is mainly for YouTube podcasts. So let's go ahead and cut over to the computer. All right. So I am here on my church's page. And the first thing you'll notice, if you go over here to content, you now have a podcast option right now. Now, to make it really simple, you can make a new podcast or a playlist that you already have, whether it be for sermons, Sunday service, Bible study, whatever playlist you want, you can turn that into a podcast. So let's go ahead and get started with setting everything up. You can go to podcast, click start new podcast, or you can come up here to the top at create and create a new podcast. Doesn't matter. Pick whichever one. I'm just going to go right here to new podcast, create one, or like I said, you can set up an existing playlist as a podcast. So I'm just going to create a new one, and we're going to give it a name, call it The Wonders, and give it a description. I don't know, messages from Signs and Wonders Ministries. Again, I'll come in here and change that. You can change the visibility of it, and we need to make a thumbnail for your podcast. Now, this is different. It has to be a perfect square. So we're going to go here to Canva, and I've actually already made one. But if you want to, you can come in here and make a new design and just give it its own dimensions. I typically like to do a 1,000 by 1,000, a perfect square. You can do that. And then you can search on here for podcast if you want to. So you got some other stuff out here, give you some examples of whatever you want. You can get some paid ones or some free ones. Doesn't really matter. I used something like this, and then I just changed the colors. So I'll come in here and say Signs and Wonders Ministries, which is our handle. Call it The Wonders. And then I don't know what days I would actually do this. I'm just going to pick a day. I'll say every Thursday, something like that. Let's make it, stretch it out here. Then let's center it. So again, you can make this anywhere you want to. Now I do change our colors because I have the colors of our ministry already in here. Yeah, that'll work better. So yeah, I'm happier with that. So let's go ahead and download this. And again, you can make this in any platform you want, program you want. You can use Photopea, which is another cool kind of free Photoshop-esque web-based program that you can use. But anyway, we got this. Let's go ahead and add it. There we go. Create. And boom, there's our podcast. Now, all you have to do now is say you want to extract the audio or video or excerpts of just the sermon or whatever. All you have to do is now upload them directly here. It functions the exact same way. It's just going to be considered a podcast. So again, if you had a playlist, say like right here, I have, let's say announcements here. I want to turn this into a podcast. All you would have to do is come inside of here and set it as a podcast. That's all you would have to do. Really, really straightforward. So let me know if you have any other questions. Believe it or not, that's really it. Actually, let me go back one more time. So inside of here, when you have videos, you want to make sure you can add them as usual and then just flag them as that playlist that you want. Or you come in here, go to videos and just add them directly. You can do either one. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, where did this show up? So if you go to youtube.com/podcast, this is where this is now going to be displayed. And they're kind of pushing this a lot. So I highly recommend any ministry. This is just another avenue to be able to reach more people. That's all it is. You're not really doing anything else. You just flagged your stuff differently. That is when it comes to YouTube. We'll talk about it. Let me know down below if you want me to show you how to use the same content, put it on Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Music. What was the other one? Amazon already mentioned them. Spotify mentioned them. Apple Music, all the other podcast platforms. Let me know if you want me to do that. And then I'll make a follow-up video for that. So really short, really simple. And let me know if you're doing that. If you do, go ahead and tag it down below. And more importantly, tell me what your podcast is mainly going to be focused on. That's the importance of it. Just don't do it just to be doing it. Use this stuff for a purpose and how you're doing it. So that's about it. So if you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. Catch you on the next video. Later.